Clayhanger. Slipped a bit in the examinations this term, Clayhanger. Second place to third. What'll your father say about that?
Dunno, sir.
Dunno, sir. Your last day at school and you dunno, sir. You should know everything by now.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Well, dunno we can anyway.
Yes, sir.
It's all in the hands of the Lord if you're not educated now. I suppose you're to go into your father's business.
Not sure, sir.
Not sure, sir. I don't know, sir. Not sure, sir. Goodbye and good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Gale.
Orgreave. So, you're going to university, Orgreave?
Yes, sir. Hope so, sir.
Ah, quite a distinction for the school. Which one shall you go to, then?
Bressingham, sir.
Oh, not just a university, but a French one as well. You'll think a small beer in the Five Towns. Goodbye, and good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Gill.
Bullock. What do you plan to do with your life, Bullock?
Tiffin! Tiffin, come here! Do you hear me? Come here! Put a move on it. Here. You deliver the papers this morning, Stifford?
Yes, sir.
All of them?
Yes, sir.
To Mr. Carter as well?
Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter.
I think so, sir.
Mr. Carter's just been in the shop. Where's my copy of the British Mechanic, he says. And where do you think as I found it, Stifford, on top of the counter? That's where it was. What do you say to that?
Must have forgot it, sir.
So you did, but how? It was there with the others, waiting to go. The British Mechanic, labelled bold enough. How could you forget it?
Dunno, sir.
The British Mechanic is delivered of a Friday, and of a Friday, Mr. Carter expects it there.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Fat use if Mr. Carter takes his business elsewhere. My customers want service and reliability. What they do not want is to be played about by unthinking idiots such as you. Now, you be here half an hour early tomorrow morning, and you be sure to check over each delivery twice. Be sure to. Now, off with you.
May I ask if he's being troublesome, too?
Half asleep, James. Needs keeping at. Finished Proudy's order?
No, Sue.
And as time as it was. It's promised for 4 o'clock, the house.
I'm afraid we've had a little trouble with the engine, Sue.
Well, you've no call to have trouble with the engine. There's nothing wrong with that engine. Properly minded, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, sir, she's all right again now, Sue, but wasted of time.
Ah. You know what I've been thinking, James? What we could do with is a first-class hand machine. Keep us out of bother when the steam broke down.
Oh, no, that it would, Sue.
What I'd like is a demi-Columbian.
Oh, I see.
Fine machine is a demi-Columbian. I think I might know where I could lay my hands on one. Better than new it is. It's broken in. Be one in the eye for bunions, eh? There's nothing in their works to
It
demi.
would be that, Sue.
Aye.
Where would it go, Sue?
Here, the print shop, of course.
I was just giving thought to a weight,
Oh,
that's
no,
all.
James, no, no worry at all. A demi-Columbian. Be something with that.
So, Master Edwin leaves school today,
He
Sue.
does, James. He does.
A grand day for you, Sue.
Ah, well, happen it is. Yes, James. We'd be good and set up with that demi-Columbian.
I say, Father, you know we left school today. Well, I wondered if you'd considered what I was going to do. I've considered it very seriously. And I've decided that... Last.
Hello there, Ed.
Oh, hello, the Sunday.
Finished school? Finished school? I thought you said you were going home for your dinner.
Ah, well, I am.
Looks like it.
Open him! Come on, lad, will you up, will you?
Where does that clay come from?
What?
That clay?
Runcorn. Can't you see painted all over the boat?
Why do they bring clay all the way from Runcorn?
No, they don't bring it from Runcorn. They bring it from Cornwall. It comes round by the sea. See?
Who told you?
Oh, anybody knows that.
It's a bit funny, ain't it? Bring clay all that roundabout way just to make crockery of it here. Why should they choose just these towns to make crocks in?
Yep.
Here she goes. Spit on her nose. Oh, it's nose as she comes through, straight down.
Well, you and all.
No, I said it.
Well,
Come on. Come on, here she is.
You filthy scabbies! Shut off, will you? Shut off! Stick that in your mouth! Blasted strap to you! That's what you need, a blasted good belting! And if you was mine, you'd get it now! I'd belt your buttocks blasted raw!
blooming heck.
Didn't you expect him to be upset?
Now get off.
Let's be off home for your dinner.
Oh, I'm in no hurry. Let's stay here a bit.
Well, if your stomach's happy, so am I.
The thing is, Father, I mean, I know we should have talked about this before, but...
I thought you said as Master Edwin would be home for his dinner, Miss Maggie.
I did think he said so, Mrs. Nixon, but perhaps I got it wrong.
Where's this dinner, then? It's after 1. I can't take all day to eat.
It's on the table, ready, sir.
All it's doing there is taking cold. Where's Clara?
It's her school day, Father. She has dinner there.
Here you are, sir.
Oh, Mrs. Amps will be here for tea, of course, Mr.
Ah, she
Nixon.
will. I've got to go out on business at 5:30, so you better ask your auntie to start the tea, son.
Yes, Father.
Where's Edwin, then?
He's not here, Father.
Where is he, then? He said he'd be here, didn't he?
I'm not really sure, Father.
We asked him at breakfast. He said he'd be back.
He said he thought he would be.
I dare say he's had dinner at school, as usual, Father.
Then why the heck did he say as he'd be here? There's too many hungry to waste meat like that.
Oh, he won't be wasted, sir. I shall use it again.
Make sure as you do. You'll have to shake up with that lad. He's a dawdler.
Sharp Miss Gillface.
Blooming heck, no.
Couldn't teach a hen to lay eggs. And the sharp miss tell him what he had for breakfast by the sight of his waistcoat.
Oh, Cutler weren't too bad, though.
All right, I suppose.
And Peacham.
About the only 2. Won't give you tuppence for the rest.
Do you suppose they know what life is?
How can they? Stuck there like that.
What do you do with your father, Charlie?
What?
You talk to him, don't you?
When I feel like it.
What do you say?
What I feel like saying, what else?
And what does he say?
What he feels like saying. Come on, let's beat the record down to the trough. 2:14, 55,
I
6,
shall talk to him.
7,
I shall.
8,
And
9.
he'll have to blooming well listen and all.
Come on!
All of them down there. They'll all have to listen. The old blooming 5 towns.
Yes, sir. Can I help you, sir?
M-sheet.
You wish to have it printed, sir?
Ah,
What name, sir?
Shushens.
I'm sorry, sir. What name did you say?
Shushens.
I'll deal with this, Miss Ingemus. I'll deal with this.
Good to see you, Darius.
Is it 30 years?
Ah, near enough it is.
Will you come upstairs, Mr. Schussender? I'll be eating dinner.
No, it's a business call, Darius. Chapel business,
Are you wanting it printed?
if possible.
Miss Ingemus, take this hymn sheet to Big James. Tell him I want a proof of this now. Now, do you understand? Tell him to stop whatever he's doing and bring me a proof of this as soon as he can.
Yes, sir.
Are you back preaching at Turnhill then?
Aye, back at Chapel and Sunday school. You've done well, Darius. I'm proud of thee.
Not done but thy doing.
Nay.
Without thy teaching, and without thy help, I'll be a slaving potter still, or i' the workhouse.
Dinna talk of those days.
I am on a talk that I recall.
That widowed, as I hear, Darius.
Ah! God rest her soul. Passed away now, 12 year.
Has children?
Ah, 3. Maggie's 20. Clara, 14. My son Edwin. Left school today. 16 years.
What school's that then?
Old Castle, middle school.
Thou's done well, Darius.
Miss Ingemus? Never a soul about when you want 'em.
Come on! Your pump! Quick! $2:28:16. 14 minutes, 8 seconds.
Over 2 minutes down. Didn't hurry, though.
I suppose not.
Best be off then. Dancing class later. Plumbing Babel tomorrow afternoon. It's not human to have a Babel class on Saturday afternoon. I'll see you before you get to France.
If I ever get there.
Who'll stop you?
Father, you know I left school today. Well, don't you think we should have a bit of a talk? About the future, I mean, about what I'm to do. We never have talked about it, and it's time we did. I've thought about it a lot, you see, and I've quite decided what I want to do. I've quite decided, so I'm sure you'll agree. It's my life, after all, so I'm sure you'll agree that it's best that I should do what I want to do. I should have talked to him ages ago.
Do you want one?
No.
Then leave some space for them as does.
Oh, yes. He'll see I mean business, all right. He's bound to give in when he sees how serious I am.
Master Edwin.
I shall go in the shop and talk to him now.
Oh, this is him.
Is this thy son, Darius? Nay, dinna bear thy head to me. I'm one of the old sort. There's begotten a fine lad, Darius. A fine, honest lad.
Oh, so. Run and ask Big James if the proof of that primitive Methodist hymn paper's ready yet. Off you go.
Father wants the proof of some hymn paper. I was just coming to...
Well, so was I. Mr. Edwin.
Mr. Edwin? What's Mr. Edwin? He's always called me Master Edwin. He's expecting that I work here now.
Mr. Edwin.
He calls it his prayer gauge.
Prayer gauge?
Aye. He will have it as it's scientific, too. He says prayers for half the patients in the hospital, but he doesn't say them for t'other half. Waits to see the results. How many gets better? Prayer gauge, you see.
It's flouted almighty.
Ah, well, it is.
Eh, my boy, I do pray as they grow up to be worthy of the Father. That's all as I do pray for.
Run along upstairs, lad. What is it?
School report.
Ah.
Off you go.
Blast.
Finished school?
Yes.
Well then.
There's some daft old man in the shop. Have you seen him?
No.
Friend of Father seems to be. Never seen him before.
It's business, I expect.
Looked half silly to me. And Father's behaving peculiar too.
How do you mean? Peculiar?
Oh, I don't know. Just soft and peculiar.
Business. Bound to be.
Maggie, has Father said out to you?
What about?
Well, me. I've left school, haven't I?
Oh.
Well, I've left school, haven't I? I've got to do something else.
Well, of course you have. You'll be in the shop.
He hasn't said so.
Oh. I expect he will.
I'd have told him if it hadn't been for that blooming old man. No, I wouldn't. Oh, no, I'm just namby-pamby. That's the trouble with me. I'll just stay here forever. I'll just stay here till I blasted rot. Well, I won't. And that's it. I know what life is, and they blooming well don't. I'm going to be what I want to be. Why shouldn't I? And I'm not going to be a blooming printer. I'm not. All I've got to do is tell him that.
Edwin? 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 Seen Edwin?
I think he's in his room, Father.
And he's taken death. Well, I've no time to stop now. It's close on 5:30 and I've got to go out on business. Get all this cleared up and the table set. You'll have your auntie here soon. You know she can't abide a mess. Edwin?
How can you talk to him? There's no talking to him. I'll show 'em all right. The old blooming lot of them.
Edwin?
Oh, blast.
Edwin? Edwin?
What's up?
You're mighty mysterious in your bedroom.
Come in, come in. Why don't you come in?
Father wants you.
Did he send you up for me?
No, but I heard him calling you all over. He's gone out again now.
Oh, has he?
Business.
I want to see him too.
What about?
Never mind.
Never mind. Ooh-la. She'll be here in a minute.
Who?
Auntie Ants, of course.
Oh, I'd forgotten it was her day.
And was if anyone could forget. Yeah, I told her last week about our gooseberry jam. I told her we weren't so set up with it. You watch her at tea. She'll want to try some just for spite. Any road. Maggie told me to run up for you. Not that I expect any thanks.
All right, I'm coming.
I know one thing you want.
What's one thing I want?
You want the empty attic all to yourself.
Oh, do I?
You do. And a fine state it would be in a month, my word.
How do you know I want it?
Never you mind. I saw you looking. I know. You're coming for tea, aren't you?
I've got to find Father before I do out.
Oh, well, suit yourself. She'll be here in a minute, you know.
6 o'clock? She'll be here.
Pick up those pieces from the carpet, Clara.
Oh, there's a spoon short. I'll get one from the drawer.
Where's Edwin then? Said he'd got to see Father. Didn't you tell him Father was out? Oh, Edwin never listens to anyone.
What a stupid girl, I don't know.
Here's that gooseberry jam. We must make Auntie taste it. She'll try to pretend it's wonderful, but she'll be so pleased it isn't right. Here,
That's all she
hide
thinks
the pot
about.
here.
Stupid jokes about
She'll think
jam.
it's got on the table. Then
There's
I'll
things in
say,
life more
"Here you
important
are."
than jam.
Inside. Quick, put your chair round.
Oh, Mrs. Nixon. Hello. Good day to you, Mrs. Hams. You're looking so well. Ah, thank the Lord I feel well. And how have you been, Mrs. Nixon? How's your rheumatism? Oh, it is so kind of you to bother to ask. It hasn't been troubling me more than usual. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. I truly am. I do hope the tea is as you like it. Sure it will be, Mrs. Nixon. It always is. Oh, I tell everyone you do the most wonderful tea.
Hello, Auntie Clara.
Oh, thank you, Clara.
I'm afraid the toast is a little hard, Auntie Clara.
Oh, I'm sure not. I'm sure it couldn't be. I won't hear a word. It's just as I like it. I'm sure I wouldn't call it hard at all.
I think it is a little harder than usual, Auntie.
Oh, well, all I can say is if this is hard, then it's just as hard as I like it. No more, no less. The strawberry jam is wonderful. Did you do your usual jams this year?
Oh, yes, Auntie. The usual.
You did your gooseberry as well?
Yes. But our gooseberry ain't good this year.
I told Auntie we weren't so set up with it.
Oh, did you, dear? I'm sure you're mistaken. I'm sure it's beautiful. I was quite looking forward to tasting it, quite. Oh, I know what your gooseberry jam is.
Would you like to try it now? But we've warned you.
Oh, no, I don't want to trouble you now. We're all so cosy here. Anytime.
Oh, no trouble, Auntie. We've got a little pot here.
Well, if you talk about warning me, of course I must insist on having some. Thank you, dear. It's beautiful.
Don't you think it's a bit tart?
Oh, no.
Don't you?
No, no, it's beautiful. How much sugar did you put in? Half an hour.
Yes.
They do say gooseberries were a tiny bit sour this year, owing to the weather. Ah, there you are, Darius. I am so glad you're in time.
Hello, Clara. You're looking very fine. Very fine.
I'm sure I feel fine, and I trust you are too.
So.
I've kept a partlet off for you, and see there, Maggie's poured your tea. There we are. There's the tram.
Auntie?
Can't you sit still a bit? You'll be falling off the chair in a minute.
Yes, love.
I was only going to ask if you knew Edwin's left school today.
Oh, yes. I've got something to say to my nephew about that.
Here's the lad's report, Auntie. Happen you'd like to look at it.
Oh, I should indeed. I'm sure it's a very good one. Thank you. Now, conduct, excellent, excellent, Eddie. Well, geography, 72. History, 81. Oh, fancy. Latin, 69. Mathematics, 75. English literature, 83. French, 72. Position in class. Next term, third. Splendid, Eddie.
I thought you were second.
What's that? I didn't notice that. Third?
Charlie Orgreave beat me in the examination.
Well, that's a pretty how do you do. Going down one. You ought to have been first, not third. Would have been happen if you'd pegged at it.
Oh, no, I won't have that. I won't have it. No one should say that Edwin doesn't work, or even his own father while his auntie's about, because I know he does work. And besides, he hasn't gone down. It says, position in class. Next term, not this term. You were still second today, weren't you, Eddie?
I suppose so, yes.
And you won't be at school next term, so there you are. And there you are. There's a little present from your auntie on leaving school.
Oh, Auntie.
Well,
Half sovereign.
what'd you say to your auntie?
Thank you, Auntie.
Oh, how time flies. The only son going out into the world. But then everything is ordered for the best. Oh, we must never forget that. God has given you a father to be proud of, and two sisters who you're proud of, and who are proud of you. And with the help of Christ and the Holy Spirit, I'm sure you'll be a credit to us all. It does me good when I think what an help you'll be to your father in the business. And you will be, I know, that clever head of yours.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen. Oh, I'm sure you will.
I've given him a hint anyway. I've given him a hint anyhow.
I shall be out best part of tomorrow, so I want you to be sure to be in shop all afternoon. Tell you what for, downstairs.
But tomorrow's Saturday Bible class.
There'll be no more Bible classes.
Well, it won't be as if you were at school. But I do hope you won't forget to study your Bible. Oh, I hope you find time for that till your dying day.
There in the twilight cold and grey, lifeless but beautiful he lay, and from the sky severe and far, a voice found
I must be daft
think I've given them a hint. I've said nothing, have I? I've said nothing at all. Tomorrow I start in the blasted shop.
Here. Oh, Mr. Enoch Peake. I'll be stepping in this afternoon to look at this here. Do you know what I mean?
The sporting man?
That's him, as the rabbit coursing in the foot racing at Cockney's Gardens. Now, you tell him as I've been called away. Tell him who you are, not but what he'll know. And tell him I think it would be better if we put with Mrs. Louisa Loggeredge, widow of the late Simon Loggeredge, Esquire, instead of Esk, see? Otherwise it's all right. And ask him if he'll have it printed in silver. Now, do you understand?
Yes.
Then he can take it to Big James and he can start churning on it. The job's promised for Monday forenoon.
Will Big James be working?
Oh, they're all on overtime. See to it yourself now. You won't want to talk to her about a wedding card. Tell him I told you specially. Now, just let me see how well you can do it.
Right.
Should be doing a lot of business with Enoch Peake later on.
Oh, I see.
Well, I'm going to Manchester to see if I can pick up a machine as I've heard of.
Oh.
Oh, top shelf at the back is full of Sunday school prizes. Best go and make an inventory of them. Put all the titles and the prices in the ledger by my desk. Understand?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Darius.
Hello, Clara. I'm off tonight for the train to Manchester.
Manchester?
See a machine as I'm thinking of buying.
Well, I'm sure I hope as you like it.
Depends how set he is on the price. I've started him, Edwin. Busy the shop.
Well, this is a wonderful day for you, Darius. A wonderful day. If only his dear mother could have lived to see it.
Ah. Well, I've given him some responsible jobs. Want to see how he shapes.
Oh, he'll be a credit to you, I know he will. He's such a clever boy.
We shall have to see.
From Just to Ernest by the Reverend J. Moore. Architectural views. Now, if there's anything in me, I ought to be interested in this. I must be interested in this.
If you please, Mr. Enoch Peake sent me. He can't come this afternoon. He's got a bit of ratting on. And will Mr. Clayhanger, Mr. Clayhanger...
Just a minute. Over here. Master Edwin, you know all about this, don't you?
Oh, yes.
If you please, Mr. Enoch Peake sent me. He can't come this afternoon. He's got a bit of ratting on. And will Mr. Clayhanger step across to the Dragon tonight after 8 with that there paper as he knows on?
The Dragon?
Tonight after 8 with that there paper
Very
as he
well,
knows on.
I'll attend to it. The Dragon? They call the Dragon a place of sin.
Shall
Shall you go to the Dragon, Master Edwin?
Of course I shall.
You come along with me to the Dragon, you sir. 8 o'clock or as soon after as Max, no matter. I'll see you see Mr. in a Pike. I shall be coming up Woodison Bank at 8 o'clock or as soon after as Max, no matter. You'll be waiting for me by back gates there. I'll see you see Mr. in a Pike.
Are you going to the Dragon, Mr. Yarlett?
Am I going to the Dragon, young sir? I am going to the Dragon. All right. The Dragon, Mr. Edwin.
Are you going to sing at the Dragon tonight, Mr. Yarlett?
I am, young sir.
Is it the male glee party? Then?
Yes, Mr. Edwin.
Then Mr. Smallrice will be there.
Oh, he will, Mr. Edwin.
Why can Mr. Smallrice sing such high notes?
I tell you what it is, young sir, it's a gift. That's what it is. Same as I can sing low. We just give the company time to muster a bit.
Do you often sing at the Dragon, Mr. Yarlett?
Time was when some of us used to sing there every night. Sundays accepted. Aye, for hours and hours every night. Still do sometimes.
After you work?
After work, aye. Often till dawn in the summer. And now they say this new licensing act will close up every public house in this town at 11 o'clock. And a straight up 11 at that.
But aren't you tired the next day? Well, I should be.
Never.
Oh, you must be strong, Mr. Yarlett, my word.
Aye, meddling. Evening, Mr. Howlett.
I suppose it's a Freyanazy at the Dragon tonight.
In a manner of speaking, it's the Bursley Mutual Burial Club.
I wish I could stay for the Freyanazy.
And why shouldn't you?
What an order, sir.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm just here on a matter of business.
He's to see Mr. Pink.
Pot of ale, Mr. Yarlett.
Thank you. Dead Snow is intended as landlady.
Oh. Are you in the burial club, Mr. Yarlett?
I'm young sir, I am. I shall go out decent, I should hope. Ah, here comes Chairman Mr. Enoch Pink. Evening, Mr. Pig. I have a young gent here wishful for 2 words with you, young Mr. Clayhanger.
It's about this wedding card. Father says he thinks it might be better if we put widow of the late Simon Loggerheads Esquire instead of Esk. Father had to go to Manchester.
Missus is at the door. What's that?
Aye. And is it to be printed in silver?
Aye. Missus is gone.
What's that?
Aye. Thank you, Mr. Pig.
Thank you, Mr. Peake. Well, I suppose I better be getting off home now, Mr. Yarlett.
Could you not? set to hear the first song?
Aye.
Loud roar the dreadful thunder, the rain and the deluge chants, the clouds asunder, by lightning's vivid cast, the night both clear and dark. A poor deluded bark, till next day there she lay in the Bay of Biscay. Till next day there she lay in the Bay of Biscay. Now dashed upon the billow our opening timbers creak. Each hears a pillow, most of the dreadful leak, to cling to slippery shouts. Each breathless seaman crowds, as she lay till the day in the Bay of Biscay. As she lay till the day in the Bay of Biscay.
So I gave it a go, this patent airbrushing machine. When I looked in the mirror, what was it I saw? But a patch where my hair should have been.
My Mel, she is to me like parent, child, and wife. I would not change my station for any other in life. Then push, push, push the ball, my boys, and pass it right to me. The longer we sit here and drink, the merrier we shall be.
Gentlemen all, Miss Florence Simcox, or should I say Mrs. Hufflow, champion female clog dancer of the Midlands, will now oblige.
Florence Simcox, champion female clog dancer of the Midlands. I must sort out my life.
have you?
Yes.
Oh, we thought you was up in the attic. Well, Miss Clara did. She said you'd cleaned out the spare attic and shut yourself in there. Wrong, was she?
Oh, well, I have cleaned it out, yes.
But you wasn't in there.
No, I had to go out on business for Father.
Oh. He hasn't got back from Manchester yet.
Oh, hasn't he?
No.
Oh, well then.
How did you get on your first day in the shop?
Oh, not too bad.
Good lad. Hast thee eaten out?
No.
Come to the kitchen, I'll give thee something to take up.
I'll show him I can be an architect. Hello, Father.
What's that doing this time of night, lad?
Just drawing.
What about that matter of Enoch Pig?
Oh, it's all right. He sent word he couldn't come across to the shop and wanted you to go across to the Dragon this evening. So I went instead.
Where's the proof?
It does mean Big James couldn't start work, of course.
What said he as to changes?
He said he would like widow of the late Simon Loggerheads Esquire instead of Esk, and printed in silver. There was a free and easy at the Dragon tonight, Father.
Was there? Well, I suppose if I hadn't happened to have seen a light from the bottom of attic stairs, I should never have known out about all this here.
Oh, yes, you would, Father.
What are you up to?
I'm copying this. I found this book in the shop on the top shelf. I want to borrow it if I can. I only want to borrow it. And I bought this paint box out of the half-sovereign Auntie gave me. I bought it in the shop. I paid Miss Ingemells the full price. I want to have a go at some of these architecture things.
Those Sunday school books as I asked you to make inventory of. Have you done all that?
Yes, Father.
Put down all the prices as I told you?
Yes, Father. I want to do some of these architecture things. You know, Father, what I should really like to be? I should like to be an architect.
Should they? Well, what you want is a bit of business training for a start, I'm thinking.
Oh, of course, I'm only 16, aren't I?
16 ought to have been in bed this 2 hours or more. Off with you. I got the machine as I wanted in Manchester. Demi-Columbian. Well broken in. Better than new it is.
Oh, that's good.
Ah.
I told him. He didn't say no.